What's going on, guys? Welcome back to Just Guys with Cards, and today we are going to do a review of TRAE Young. Yes, guys, TRAE Young. TRAE Young is someone who I heavily invested in and truly believe in, and he's one of my favorite players to watch in the league. So, as you guys know from the thumbnail, we're going to see if TRAE Young, or what's going on with TRAE Young cards. So, if you guys have followed the market, TRAE Young cards have been skyrocketing in value. They've slowly been increasing. I was lucky enough, and if for the guys who have been on my Instagram from day one, they know I've been heavily invested on TRAE Young, and I was buying TRAE Young slabs at $100 Canadian or like $75 USD, and I was telling everyone, TRAE Young, get TRAE Young. TRAE Young's gonna blow up, and lo and behold, he's blowing up. And we're gonna try to explain to you guys as to why, kind of go through my collection and so on and so forth. So, for guys who don't know who TRAE Young is, TRAE Young, Atlanta Hawks, amazing point guard. He's second year, you know, he was the Luka that the Atlanta Hawks needed. He was dropping 29.6 points a game with 9.3 rebounds last year in his second year. So taking those numbers. Now taking these numbers, Luka Doncic, 28.8 points per game, 9.4 rebounds, and 8.8 assists. Sorry. TRAE Young was actually putting in 4.2 rebounds. So, pretty identical, I would say, when it comes to stats. I'm not saying that Trae's better than Luka, Luka's better than TRAE. That's up for another debate. But the numbers are pretty much similar. TRAE Young is up there with the elite and is one of the best in the 2018 class alongside with Luka Doncic. I also want to talk about how the Atlanta Hawks have acquired a lot of moving pieces that can get them into a potential playoff mode, where they've acquired Chris Dunn, they've acquired Boban Bogdanovic, and I'm listing the big names. They've acquired Danilo Gallinari, Rondo, and who they have Clint Capella from last year. So all of these guys are guys that can definitely help the young Hawks squad. And within their squad, they still have their rookies. They still have Cam Reddish, they still have DeAndre Hunter, and they still have a guy that was blowing up last year, John Collins, before he got suspended. And those four, including TRAE, those four young guys, obviously, you know, they're new to the league. And guys, this is all personal opinion. This is something that, like, you know, this is my personal opinion, and a lot of guys might not agree with it. But those four guys, like, they obviously needed some vets in there, and for the Hawks to add Clint Capella, a nice pick and roll player that will match amazingly with TRAE Young, and for someone to add Rondo as a floor general, they added Boban Bogdanovic as a 3-point specialist. I personally think, guys, the Hawks have a chance, especially in the East being so weak this year, to make it to the playoffs, and that is what I was hoping for when I was investing in TRAE Young cards, that TRAE Young is going to snap. He's going to keep up the extremely high performance that he's been doing, over 25 points a game, over 7 assists a game, and over 35 minutes, or around 30 minutes a game, 30 to 35 minutes a game of playing time. And I don't know if you guys have seen TRAE Young's Instagram, but he's been in the lab cooking. He's been working. I don't know if you guys have seen his latest Instagram story where he's been shooting further and further out, and man, oh man, he looks primetime ready. And I'm excited to see TRAE Young play. A lot of people are excited to see TRAE Young play. I believe that TRAE Young is like Stephen Curry in a sense where he can shoot, okay? I'm not saying he's exactly like Stephen Curry. I'm saying he has Stephen Curry features where he can pull up, shoot the three, and bang it in. And I saw a young Hawk squad also. A young Hawk squad that needed, once they made it into the playoffs, this star player would have moved, his cards would have skyrocketed in value and are starting to rise. So I'm going to go through my collection as well in a bit. One more point that I wanted to say is Luka Doncic. TRAE Young has been, I believe, undershadowed undershadowed by Luka Doncic. Luka Doncic has taken over the 2018 class by storm, and he's gone buzzer beaters in playoff games. He's doing the triple doubles. He is absolutely annihilating records. And that is why I started investing in Trae Young, because I saw Trae Young as, man, his stat line looks pretty similar to Luka's in a sense where, yeah, he's producing the points, and he's also handing out the assists, but his cards are so cheap. So I got a bunch of his rookie cards at $100 Canadian, guys. And they're PSA 9s, and I'm going to go into why I started investing in PSA 9s. So I started investing in PSA 9s just because, and I'm going to slowly go through them and kind of go into more detail later, because I felt, and PSA 8s, because I felt that I'd be able to get a high return. At the time, I wasn't able to go ahead and purchase a PSA 10 Silver, a PSA 10 Luka, and I felt that quantity would be more than enough to help me get a huge return. So that is why I invested in kind of PSA 9 slabs, and you're going to see a lot of PSA 9 slabs. So I'm going to go over my collection. It's still growing. I still have a bunch more cards out there that I am purchasing. So first and foremost, I have a rookie jersey PSA 9 2018 encased a patch out of 25 trio color right there. I love this card. This is my favorite card in my Trae Young collection.
Alright guys, so I did not know this, but this rookie Trae Young patch is a pop of 2. So out of the 25 that this card potentially has around the world, there is only 2 in the world that are graded, and one of them is a PSA 9, the other one is a PSA 10. And I currently hold the PSA 9. So that is actually unreal. I just found this out like recently. So man, I'm stoked. It's actually so sick.
I am looking for an auto, but you know, that's at the moment, this is definitely one of my favorites. Trae Young jersey. I have a red, white, and blue Prism Trae Young rookie card. I have a couple of PSA 9s that I was able to grab at less than $100 Canadian back then, when I kept harping about, guys, buy Trae. But Luka definitely overshadowed him. I have 3 PSA 9s. I have a PSA 8 of Trae Young. I got this extremely cheap, about $60 Canadian or $50 Canadian. So I was like, you know what? It's a rookie Trae Young. I'm going to add this to my collection. It'll eventually go up in value. I have the Pink Ice of Trae Young rookie card, and this is something that I also purchased at a really good rate. Let's explain the current mode in Prism Trae Youngs. So Trae Young rookie PSA 9s, guys, Trae Young rookie PSA 9s are going for about $250. PSA 9 Trae Youngs. PSA 8, I believe last sold was about 120, if I'm not mistaken. And a couple of these guys, I don't know where the comps are at for this. This last sold was about, I think, 350, if I'm not mistaken. So, yeah, like the prices of Trae Young cards are absolutely, they back then were absolute steals, and I honestly believe they're just going to keep going up and up and up. Depending on if they make the playoffs, especially if they make the playoffs. First time in a while that Atlanta's made it. So I also started collecting PSA 9 second year cards because I saw a trend. Luka, I used Luka as an example, and I saw Luka's rookie card absolutely skyrocketed, and followed suit was the second year, which is obviously the case. And I saw that his second year cards started skyrocketing in value. So I was like, you know what? I'm going to invest in some Trae Young second years. So I was actually trying to make the rainbow of Trae Young Prism cards. So you guys will see I have a PSA 9 Pink Ice. I have a PSA 9 Green Prism. I have a Silver Prism. I have 2 Red, White, and Blues, I believe. I don't know where the other one is. This is a PSA 9 Red, White, and Blue. I have a Prism Purple Wave. I have a Orange Ice Trae Young. Oh, here it is. I have a PSA 10. PSA 10 Trae Young. So I tried to obviously get a rainbow thing going. I am obviously missing the Ruby Wave, which you guys will see in the raw cards, but you know, that's what I have for now. I have some Optic Holo Trae Young, second year. I have his rookie, one of my favorite ones, class of 2018 NBA Hoops. This is an absolute favorite that I love, is this Trae Young one and this 2018 Chronicles Trae Young, and I love it because it has Mr. LeBron James in the background. So those are the cards that I have so far. As into slabs, I have some more coming in, and these are all the raw cards, guys. So PSA, obviously I'd be able to grade some of these, but realistically I'm not going to get them back in 6 to 8 months. If you guys are holding on to Trae Young raw cards, would you grade it? Yeah, like, you know, if I were you guys, I would personally go ahead and grade it. It's just, for me, I don't want to wait that long, so I'm just going to hold on to these raw, and when the time comes, I'm just going to let them fly. But if you're not in any rush to, I would say grade them. So I got a Ruby Wave, Green Prism, I got a couple of silver Trae Youngs, and I have, guys, a whole bunch of base cards of second year. I have a bunch of base cards of Prisms. I have a ton. And I have a bunch of selects as well. So selects. I obviously went with a higher class of Prism first, guys. First and foremost, I would invest in Prism. And then obviously your Optic, Select, Mosaic, kind of the other tiers. So I obviously have some Mosaic second year inserts as well. I have some Optic inserts, Express Lane, Purple, Silver, Base, and then I obviously have some Chronicles Trae Young. And then the new set of Illusions. These are not the greatest. Like, Illusions, I would say, is obviously in the bottom of the tier, but, you know, it's Trae Young. I was like, you know what? I have a lot of these, so I'm going to collect them. I have some Marquee Chronicles still going. I have a couple of these guys and a lot more Chronicle cards here, as you can see. And I have some of the contenders this year, just because it's Trae Young. It's his third year, but just wanted Trae Young cards. So that is pretty much the collection I have on hand physically. A bunch of our other guys at Just Guys with Cards have PSA 10 Trae Youngs. They have other cards, but just wanted to do a quick review of Trae Young. So I would definitely go with, like, obviously your Prism cards. That is kind of your staple that you want to get and kind of invest in. For anyone who has questions with regard to, oh, how high do you think these will go? How high do you think these will go? Honestly, I have no idea. The sky's the limit. If Trae Young all of a sudden snaps and becomes an MVP type caliber player, which he already is, and is absolutely pushing the Atlanta Hawks to the playoffs, I don't know. It'll definitely rise. I don't know when I'm going to sell these. I love Trae Young. Definitely going to keep a lot of these for a long term, kind of sell some short term. But for the most part, I've given you guys some of the stats and why I invested in him. Obviously because he was cheaper back then. So guys, make sure to do your due diligence before you obviously purchase any of these cards, and a bunch of guys that watch videos on, oh, who do you invest in? Just make sure to always do your due diligence first. Check the stats, check the comps on eBay, check everything before you actually go ahead and pull the trigger, because you never know if a seller has bumped up the price for you know, an obvious reason, and you just want to make sure to get the best price for it. So guys, I truly believe, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to go back in time, and in 6 months from now I want to do kind of a reaction video of me watching this again and see if I'm right. I truly believe that Atlanta Hawks will make it to the playoffs. I truly believe Trae Young, alongside with the Atlanta Hawks company, with like Rondo, Capella, Reddish, DeAndre Hunter, Bogdan, that crew, I think they'll be able to push for the playoffs. And when they do, I am definitely going to watch Trae Young card prices. So guys, I just want to thank you guys for watching this quick little video on my Trae Young collection and why I invest in him. This is Just Guys with Cards. Stay safe, everybody. I'm excited for the season to start. So let's get it going, and we out.